3, 2, 1. Episode 38. Welcome back, everyone.
White Claw Wednesday. Oh, that was a good one.
Back in Frank's crib.
That was a good one.
Oh, yeah. Cheers up, brother.
Cheers. Okay.
Both hitting the mangoes today.
Yep.
Oh, man, that is good. I've been drinking nothing but
Refreshing.
plain water all day, dude.
Mhm.
Well, besides a protein shake in the morning, but man, when you just get a little hint of
Yeah.
fruit in your drink,
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is either there's calories
Mm-hmm.
or there's the fake sugar. So you
Yeah.
give or take.
Exactly.
Or alcohol, I guess.
Yeah. Alcohol, I'm either drinking it for the show or I'm drinking it to have a good time.
You rarely drink it to have a good time.
It is. It is true.
Guys, let's talk about this, okay? Frank the Tank.
It's a
I don't know if we can call you that anymore, dude.
well. It's
Okay, let's.
it's a history thing.
It's a historical name, correct? Back in high school,
Carries history.
right? We won't go into it too much, but
Mhm.
now you're just not. You just.
I can still do it.
I mean, you can. I guess the name still fits though, because you can still take it out.
Oh yeah.
You just don't do it as often.
Yep. I can still flex that muscle.
Right on, dude.
Hey, I think it was proved
That's true.
the other night with all of us staying strong together.
What did we do? We did,
I guess we were all proven as tanks except for,
except for
Yeah.
Sleepy Scott.
the Sleepy's guy.
All right, let's get into it, man. So what happened this week? Heat
won
the Eastern Conference,
yeah.
the
And
ECF.
speaking about Sleepy Scott owes me $5 because
Oh, right.
I called
you
that
won
in
the
the
bet.
beginning of the playoffs. Yeah, I said the Heat are going to the NBA Finals, and Scott said no. I said,
Okay.
yes, and now they're going to the NBA Finals, and they're playing the Lakers, and they're the big underdogs. Obviously,
For sure.
the Heat are the huge underdogs, which makes sense.
I feel like they've been underdogs for a little while now.
They've been underdogs
They were against the Celtics.
pretty much the whole playoffs.
What
Yeah,
seed are
they've been
Are they
underdogs.
fourth or third?
They're the 5th seed.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
they've been underdogs the whole playoffs because they played the Pacers, who were the 4th seed,
Mm-hmm.
higher seed. Then they played the Bucks, number 1 seed, and then they played the Celtics, number 3 seed.
Mm-hmm.
So their whole, run through the playoffs has been they're the underdogs.
Yeah. Is Tyler Hero, is he in the running for Rookie of the Year? Did they already announce that?
Yeah, John Morant got Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
The guy who
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah,
He was way more consistent.
Yeah.
But, dude, next year, he's probably going to be nasty, man.
Yeah, true. And I don't know why, but Tyler Hero was put on second team for rookie, all rookie second team.
I didn't hear about him
when
until
he should've-
recently, so
yeah, I
don't
just think
know.
he should have been on the first team. But either way,
probably then.
I think it's going to be a closer series than people are giving the Heat credit for.
I think it's going to be good. I really
Yeah.
do. I think I was talking about it with one of my coworkers today, and honestly, like, I'm a Lakers fan, so obviously I want him to win. But I want it to be a good series. Like, I don't want it to be another 4-1.
Yeah, the 4-1 thing with the Lakers has kind of gotten tiresome. I've just that's
I'm game for it.
That's a big reason why I wanted the Clippers to beat the Nuggets. Not only because I wanted them to beat the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, but I knew that just they were the only ones who could get a good series out of the Lakers.
Yeah.
And there's even the chance where the Lakers just roll through the Heat. There's a chance where it goes 4-1.
I don't see. Okay,
I don't
this
see it
is what I
happening,
think.
but there is a chance it happens. I hope it doesn't happen.
I don't see a series where Lakers don't win 2. But I do see a series where the Heat
Only win 1.
only win 1, yeah.
Yeah,
or 0.
That's a good way of putting it.
I mean, the sweep's probably not likely, but still.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you have You have an interesting matchup here because you really have the Heat, who are just a team.
They're a good team.
Some will say
They've got superstars, though.
Well, some will argue that Jimmy Butler's a superstar, but then others will argue that he's just a star, not really superstar status. like Kevin Durant,
Mm.
LeBron, and
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis. But so just because of that point right there, I think you have like a cool matchup of like you got like two superstars in LeBron and Anthony Davis,
Mm-hmm.
and then a bunch of supporting
Yeah.
roles.
Yeah.
But then you have the Miami Heat. They're just a team,
Mm-hmm.
So it's really the two types of teams you see in the NBA. Really, you either see a team with a couple superstars and with a bunch of players who are just kind of, in the grand scheme of things, mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
But then you take a team like Miami Heat, where there's really no like superstar. You just have a bunch of guys who can score and get it done when need be. Because you look at certain games with Jimmy Butler, and he's not always the one to take over.
True.
They had the game where Tyler Hero had 37. They have games where Bam gets the winning
Mm-hmm.
block and is the leading scorer. So it really kind of, and then they have games where Duncan Robinson will just, get an opportunity to shoot 10 threes and he makes 8 of them.
That's the other white guy, right?
That's the other white guy who really only shoots threes. So they just have a lot of different things that can go right for them.
What do I do, Coach?
Shoot
a three. Shoot your threes.
So the Heat have a lot of things that could go right for them.
Do not dribble.
And what has to go right for the Lakers is LeBron and Anthony Davis have to play really well.
Yeah.
Which honestly
They've been
is
playing fantastic.
pretty much a guarantee. So that's what makes it difficult for the Heat, and that's why I think it's gonna be an interesting series, though, because
Mhm.
you have two great players who will play great, but everybody else around them that might not play great every game. And then you have the Heat who are just feeling like they're the underdogs and they feel like they got nothing to lose.
Yeah, when you have like two superstars, they'll get you really far.
Yeah.
But you can only go so far with that, right? Like you need a good supporting cast.
And they're good enough to where they're definitely in the top 5 best players in the world. LeBron James is apparently still the best player in the world after Kawhi, choked it up against the Nuggets.
Yeah.
And kind of ended that debate for now. So, yeah, it's just with the Lakers, they're with those two good players, and the Heat being such a great team, you have the Lakers with, in a way, everything to lose because they're so favorited, and everybody looks at Anthony and LeBron as being the best. So if they lose, it's like, whoa, they're slipping on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you have the Heat, who really, if they lose, it's like, okay, this is we made it farther than anybody would have ever thought. So in a way, it's a perfect storm because you have a team that has nothing to lose and you have a team with everything to lose. So it creates an equal want towards, working for the victory. So I think it's going to be a great series.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really an analyst or whatever, but just speaking from like the Instagram post that I was seeing, of like the Lakers celebrating the Western Conference Finals and the Heat celebrating like the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that the Lakers weren't as excited about it. Just from seeing
the energy with the players,
the energy, just the post game interviews, stuff like that. And I follow a bunch of the players too. So yeah, again, I'm not an analyst, but that's just like for me, my take on my phone screen.
This is I agree. That makes sense that you see that, and I think you see, and that speaks to what I'm saying about the Miami Heat are like a team.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're a bunch of guys who feel like we're all equally important in a way, and that's what I think makes Jimmy Butler, if you consider him a superstar, a different kind of superstar, because he's not necessarily like. He has one of the worst 3-point shooting percentages in the league.
I didn't know that.
It's in the 20 percentages. It's like 25% or something.
He shoots twos all the time?
I said threes.
I know, but he shoots twos then.
Oh,
right?
well, yeah, mostly he shoots. Yeah, okay, now I get what you're saying. Yeah, he mostly shoots twos. Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So, but that being said, the way he plays when he's playing well still applies itself to the team game. So I think his skill in terms of scoring the basketball is equal to other players on the team. It's just a difference of confidence because he's Jimmy Buckets. But my point being is that the Heat don't have a superstar, like I said, And a big thing in the series is going to be whether the Lakers choose to go big or small. Like, do they match the fact that the Heat don't have a whole lot of height by not playing Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee like they did in the Houston series? Or do the Lakers say, F you to the Heat and their size, and they do play Howard and do play McGee? And I'm just interested to see how the Heat respond, because the Heat do have Kelly Olynyk and Miles Leonard, who are two big white guys, but they're not taller than they're at least a couple inches shorter than both JaVale and Dwight. So, but they don't play a lot either.
Right. I think they will go
big.
tall.
I think they will too.
The key the key in the Nuggets series was the rebounds.
Yes.
The one game they lost, they were, the Nuggets had like 20 what's the stat called? Like second chance points.
Points off offensive rebounds?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And then the next game, it was like it like switched, like the stat literally flipped.
Yeah.
To where the Lakers had like 20 and the Nuggets had like 2, right? And then they won the series.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really think rebounds are just so key, man. And you can't afford to put it at risk like that,
Yeah.
But when you have, Howard, McGee,
and Anthony Davis,
even LeBron gets a ton of rebounds.
He's big, dude.
Yeah.
Box out.
Exactly. And he's smart too, Actually, if they win this, I mean, you got to give it to the guy, because he literally like picked out Anthony Davis as like, yeah, we could do this,
Yeah.
He has another. Obviously, we were just talking about the team.
That's what makes it sting.
And
though,
the coach.
Right? That's what makes it sting.
It's
the fact that he can just.
It's like a low key.
Give me that. We got this. Because they
he's so blunt about it.
They
too.
go from like being bad to being good, and they get Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a whole new team, dude. There's like a whole new team this year. The only people that are still on the team, LeBron, play.
Like, why does it? It's
what?
Just, I don't know. It just feels like who's gonna get, if the Lakers win, who's gonna get Finals MVP? LeBron or Anthony Davis?
I don't know.
Dude, that's what's scary.
Caruso.
Just kidding. That's what I mean. The Heat probably aren't thinking this way, but man, I don't know about Anthony Davis, but I know LeBron wants to get Finals MVP.
Well, he wanted to get MVP of the league.
Well,
and there's actually a really good argument for it.
Oh, I mean, he deserved it more than Giannis.
Yeah, and 2 years ago when
anybody who headbutts their way out of their final game.
2 years ago when Harden was he got MVP. I think it was 2 years ago.
Harden didn't get MVP. Did Harden win MVP?
Harden got MVP a couple years ago. Maybe it was 3. Anyways, you look at like the stats back to back. And LeBron's like ahead in everything. Even with like his crazy shooting that Harden has. LeBron like averages more points and stuff like that. So I think that, I don't know. How was the MVP chosen, Frank?
Okay, yeah, Harden was named MVP in 2016, 2017.
Yeah. How is the MVP chosen? Is it voting
it's
by
voted on, but
other players?
Let me look it up.
Or is there's like a council or something?
It's a voting system for sure, but I don't know who votes. Let me see how.
Well, anyways, he's gotten gypped off it twice now, arguably, and so I'd be pissed if I was him too.
Yeah.
I feel like people just sort of don't factor him in because he's LeBron. It almost like hurts him in that sense.
Oh, this is so lame, dude.
What is it?
This is
this
the
process?
Yeah. Okay. So
okay.
I in Google, how are NBA MVP chosen is what bad English, but that's what the question is. I type in and I get from NBA MVP award on Wikipedia. Until the 79-80 season, the MVP was selected by a vote of NBA players.
Okay.
Does that make sense or what?
Until the 78 season?
Yeah, until the 79-80 season, the MVP was selected by a vote of NBA players.
Yeah.
So the NBA players decided, who do we think is the guy who carries the most weight?
Is the best.
In the league. Yeah, who's the best? But since the 80-81 season, the award is decided by a panel of sports writers and broadcasters
Get the fuck
throughout
out of here.
the United States and Canada.
That is so lame, dude.
I know, man. Each member of the voting panel casts a vote for first to fifth place selections.
Why would they get? What is there a reasoning behind it? Maybe it's just because people were voting for their like star player on their team. You know.
Maybe, but
I honestly like the players better. Just have the league choose.
I like the players better. Yeah.
It's like is it the Golden Globes, the Oscars? Which one is like the Academy Award?
The Oscars is where basically to become a member of the Academy, you have to be involved in in filmmaking. So it's literally peers awarding other peers.
That's the Academy Awards.
That's the Academy Awards.
Nice.
So if you win an
so
Academy,
it'd be like that.
If you win
Kinda.
an Academy Award, then other filmmakers are saying, "Good job, you won this."
And
award.
that's why that one's like
That's why it's the big prestigious one.
Premiere, right?
Yeah, because you're getting awarded by basically the
that
people
makes the
who
most
came
sense.
before you.
That makes the most sense to me.
It does. And
so yeah,
hell, they should have former NBA players vote on MVP.
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
That'd be an easy way to do it. I mean, I just think there's there's way better ways to do it than
sports writers.
Let the sports writers do it. I mean, the sports writers already get to talk so much shit without ever stepping on the court.
Here's why it shouldn't be sports writers.
Not that I don't talk shit on athletes without stepping on the court.
You could have given me 20 choices of who would have chosen it, and I wouldn't even have said sports writers in any of those choices, you know?
Interesting. It doesn't surprise me when I read it. It's one of those surprises where I read it and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot how dumb that is." kind of like how like I mean, yeah, like I get it.
Just sort of hits you again.
Oh yeah, that's really stupid.
That's really stupid. Yeah. Dude,
speaking about really stupid.
Oh, did you hear that Doc Rivers? Sorry.
He got fired.
He got fired.
I was going to say, speaking of really stupid, the presidential debate.
Yeah, we can get into it. We can get into it for sure.
So I will say that.
What's your take?
My take is it didn't go. First take. Donald Trump will only shut up when he wants to shut up. That's
nothing new.
But I think we already knew that.
I mean, come on.
Another take is Joe Biden. He only had some stutter issues, but he never really made any statements that were sort of like as wacky as like kids touching my leg hair, you know, at least from what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he was like speaking, you know, Shakespearean levels of genius. He was speaking the new E = MC square.
He just sounds like an old guy now.
He sounds like an old guy, but he didn't like sound as like
senile, right?
He didn't sound as senile in this debate
mm-hmm.
to where I was following each word he was saying, I was connecting them, I was making sense out of his statements. And then also his facial reactions to Trump were pretty funny too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't interrupt unless Trump started the chain of interruption. So the only time everybody was pretty much talking over each other, I noticed, was when Joe would be saying something and then Donald would interrupt him.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And then the mediator would jump in and remind Donald to not say anything.
I mean,
and then Joe Biden would try to get back to what he was saying, and then Donald Trump would ignore the mediator for a second, and then get back to arguing with, and then all three of them would be talking at once, and those were the moments where just like, oh man.
Yeah, I got the perfect video.
Yeah.
On my story right now on Instagram, first take, first try. It
like
wasn't.
You just pulled out. You started.
I just pulled it out because they were doing that, and I was like, oh, this is hilarious. And so I just start recording it, and it's like you can't understand anything that's going on.
No.
And like you low key hear me giggling in the back too, because I'm like, what the heck is going on right now?
Yeah. Well, what are your takes?
Okay, my takes. I agree with everything that you said. We joked about it on the podcast, but I really thought that Trump was just going to slaughter him. Like, I really thought that it was going to be, like, really pretty bad. Okay, slaughter is probably the wrong word, but I thought it was going to be very much in the favor of Trump just own this guy, right?
Yeah, to where, like, Biden, like, can't even say anything, and, like, Trump
low
is
key.
Yeah,
not like...
He's
I thought there would be...
frozen
I thought there would be serious highlight reels, let's put it that way.
Yeah, okay.
But Joe Biden did way better than I expected.
Yeah.
Like, way better. And in fact, I think, like, if we're going to talk, like, politics and be like, oh, which one won the debate?
Mm-hmm.
I think Joe Biden actually won that debate because he didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
Like, even him not saying anything, like, crazy inspirational or crazy like let's make some change. Something like you'd picture a president saying.
Yeah,
he didn't mess up,
that's true.
and that's what that's what his goal was, right? Like,
yeah.
don't have one of those moments again.
That's our standard now.
Well, exactly, yeah. And
he didn't mess up.
He didn't mess up. I mean, that's the strat. That is his strat. It's just don't challenge Trump if I'm not. If like I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to like portray himself as like what we would think of a president in the past. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You know what I noticed that was cracking me up was Trump kept referring to the mayor of Moscow giving $3 million to Joe Biden's son. He kept
Ukraine.
Dude, he was saying.
Oh, I did hear that.
Moscow.
You're right.
He was saying like I don't. He was saying
just
mayor. He kept saying that, and I was just like, what does that mean? Like I was
the
like,
mayor of Moscow.
No. I know, but I mean, like, why do I care? Like, why do I care that the president's son got $3 million from the mayor of Moscow? If anything, it sounds like we're finessing right now. It sounds like we should be clapping, like applauding for like getting taken. Because the way he's putting it is just like, oh, Joe Biden has a son who's shifty enough to steal $3 million from the Moscow mayor. Like, what kind of comic book headline wacky thing is that? It's like you just keep bashing some point like that in, and then in my head I'm going everywhere with it. I'm just figuring, what? Like what
does that mean?
First of all, who's Biden's son?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he involved with the Moscow mayor?
Mm-hmm.
Is there such a thing as a Moscow mayor? Do they call it the mayor? Does it translate from Russian to English as mayor?
Probably.
These are all, and then $3 million. When was he given the $3 million? Why was he given the $3 million?
Right.
What is his job? What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up Biden's sons, and I got two names, and one was Hunter, and the other one was Beau, I think.
Mm-hmm. Beau Biden.
And I typed in their names. Nothing came up about Moscow or $3 million. Nothing came up about them having any sort of political position.
Mm-hmm.
And what I deemed from what Biden talked about is he was, defending one of his sons, if not both of them. Because that was the other thing is Trump's not really being specific. So Biden ends up talking about both his sons. One son served in the military, and then the other son apparently had a drug problem that he beat. Mm-hmm. Which now I understand where Biden's anti-weed comes from.
Hey.
Because I'm just imagining Biden the first time catching his son was probably smoking weed. And then it turned into whatever bad thing it did. But yeah, so Biden has to
defend. He does call it a gateway drug.
Yeah, exactly. So Biden has to defend his two sons, but that still didn't really give me anything on why they would be getting $3 million from Moscow mayor. And then Trump took that and said something along the lines of, oh, your son was dishonorably discharged from the military, and then he started
I know.
claiming all. You did you hear that part?
I did hear that part, yeah. So the one thing with Hunter Biden is there was some really sketchy stuff going on with Ukraine.
Okay.
So he got
he kept saying Moscow, right?
Yeah, so I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know about that.
Is he just getting the name wrong of the place? Is he just in the moment he's just forgetting that it's Ukraine and saying Moscow?
I don't know. I don't think
that seems possible.
It's possible, but I don't think Trump would do that.
Okay.
So the thing that happened with Hunter Biden is Hunter got like some deal. I'm gonna butcher this, so do not quote me. But basically, some like high-end company gave him a position to be on their board, and like it was like a renewables company or maybe like an oil company or something.
Yeah.
And Hunter Biden has like no qualifications to like be on that board, and so it looks really sketchy, basically. And so they think, I mean, yeah, as far as I know, maybe there was some handshaking between Joe Biden and the company saying, "Hey, you do this, and then we'll
hire your son."
Yeah, something like that. Like we'll hire you, and you get my son in there and give him the job or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
And then once you're president, we can,
right, exactly,
exchange messages and work.
But even then, I mean, that's shady. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll say it right now. I think that, if that was corrupt, that is not anything as bad as Donald Trump has done. So regardless,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. If we're talking about how shitty these presidents are, or candidates are, they're both really, really bad.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what's funny about Trump is that he'll say things and he'll just call someone out for something, and
he's a hypocrite.
he's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
But it's just this fun little thing because he almost knows as if he doesn't get judged in the same way that other people
Yeah,
do.
it's true.
So
It's true.
he like starts bringing things up that he knows that like, because politicians have never been ones to, like being a politician is like about lying. It's about being a liar.
It's about like bending or painting a picture.
Painting a picture. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And the irony is the fact that Trump is able to paint this picture to where he's appearing honest,
Mm-hmm.
but he's still lying.
The thing about Trump is he can go back and repaint pictures that he's already painted, and everyone just is okay with it. It's like
Yeah.
being the painter and painting the Mona Lisa, and then
Going back,
repainting it, and then have it still be up in the
Yeah.
museum and be like, whoa, everyone's like, oh my god,
Oh, and
this is it, this is the one. Because
speaking about
he-
redoing things,
yeah, go ahead.
the ballot thing, he's still convinced that the whole ballot conspiracy.
Yeah, that was like one thing that I was just like, he was saying, if I'm gonna butcher a quote from him, he's like, the ballot voting will be very bad.
Mm-hmm.
There will be mass amounts of fraud. Very, very bad.
That's
I know
pretty
what I'm
much-
talking
that's
about.
pretty much how
It'll
he
be
puts it,
very,
yeah.
very bad for the American people. And it's just like, dude. And then he starts talking about Pennsylvania, and something happened in Pennsylvania with like a local election or something. And
Yeah, and he's talking about some ballots being in the trash.
like,
and,
dude, no one knows what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
it's like,
And do you realize how
you
many
can't
people
just
vote?
say things are bad, and then
Yeah.
everyone's just like, oh, they're bad.
Oh,
They're bad. Like, I don't know.
Oh, we've been doing this for years and years and years.
I don't understand.
Oh.
Like, why is the paper ballot such a big deal? Like, why are we even talking about it? Like, let's just. It's really not that hard. And like, wouldn't like
You
the
know what's
Republicans want paper ballots more than Democrats? Like, wouldn't that be a thing?
When you say paper ballots, do you mean the ones you fill out and mail in?
Mail ballots, excuse me.
mail ballots,
Mail
yeah.
ballots, excuse me. Wouldn't that be more advantageous for the Republicans because they have old people, they have rich people?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who? Yeah, no.
you want to talk about like people who don't care about their mail? It's like people who are poor or something, like.
Yeah, dude, I get what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
I don't know. It's just to me like I don't have any evidence of this, but
It's
like I'm just assuming that it would actually be beneficial for that party.
Dude, you know what it is?
But like, why is it a big deal?
Here-
Like, let's just go pay.
Here's what I think it is. Okay. Think about everything that's been continued in its openness with COVID going on.
Continued in its openness. Okay.
And by that I mean like grocery stores,
yeah.
just everything that's still open and has like restrictions on it. Like it has like lines, like
Yeah.
pieces of tape, stickers,
Yep,
say
yep.
stand here, it's doing all the COVID things.
Mm-hmm.
And then think about something like as necessary as voting,
Mm-hmm.
as voting booths, as places to vote.
Mm-hmm.
And then think about how every election we have places to go and vote in person, and then we
Mhm.
have those who are signed up and as registered voters through the mail.
Mhm.
They signed up, like me. I'm signed up to get my ballot and stuff through the mail.
Me too.
So yeah,
I re-registered. I'm usually in person. but-
because it's just, it's easier. But my point is, these are all necessary things. Trump has decided to use the opportunity of COVID and the pandemic to create this fraudulent claim that mail-in ballot voting is fraudulent.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's
I-
like, think about it. We do nothing that this has never ever been like. I mean, sure, there's been his laxity. Trump didn't win the popular vote. He won. That's electoral college. Whatever. We got past that. That's our
Mhm.
system. We handled it.
Mm-hmm.
We had Al Gore versus versus Bush. Al Gore wins the popular vote.
Mm-hmm.
Bush wins the electoral college.
Mm-hmm.
Handle it. We have a system.
Mm-hmm.
Every election we've done for the past many years, many elections we've had mail-in ballots and we've had go vote in person
Mm-hmm.
voting. So it's just like, why haven't we just been able to not have this be a problem and just say, yeah, let's just put markings and make 6 feet. Let's just do COVID restrictions at our voting spots in the city where people come. Let's just put in hand sanitizer, put in where to stand. All that stuff. Just handle it. But no, we can't handle it because we are experiencing our first immature president. Our first president who, in a way, refuses to peacefully leave the office. And it's because, it's because of a lot of reasons. I mean, he's ignorant, he's a baby, and ignorant babies don't want to leave their playpen when it's time to go. I mean, it's always time to go. There's an end to everything. Everything has an end.
Yeah. It's low-key like a fallback for him.
It is.
You know?
And it's like, okay. It's like imagine him as like a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, bedtime. No, he starts whining. He starts crying. I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. And then you're standing there thinking, oh, as the American people or a parent, you're standing there scratching your head thinking, every single time they go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Just like every single time we've had mail-in voting
Mm-hmm.
and vote-in-person spots.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're dealing with this whiny, fraudulent complainer because now the parent is finally putting to bed an ignorant toddler.
That's a good metaphor. Is it a metaphor, analogy?
I don't know what it is, Ryan. All I know is this man it's kind of genius.
He's very smart.
He's
smart.
He's found a way to claim that he shouldn't be out of the office.
Yeah.
And one of the great statements today was about, with COVID and all this stuff, it's going to take longer to count the votes with most voting being done by mail. Are you guys prepared to not necessarily announce a winner?
Oh, I did hear this.
Maybe
I really wasn't paying attention to this.
Not until like the guy's like saying, like, are you prepared to basically wait to announce the actual winner of the election until possibly a couple days or a week or so after the election date to, count up all the votes?
Right.
And Biden's like, yes. And then Trump interrupts the moderator after he says like a week or two. And this one Trump says, could be months.
Hey,
and it's just like, you're like, okay, November, December, wait a minute. It's like, okay, you're just trying to extend it.
It's all part of the plan. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it's the end game, right? Or it's his fallback, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like, and it's his fallback to like his followers too, God, his followers. It's like a cult, bro.
I mean,
it's very culty.
At this point,
it's very culty.
It feels like he has. It's
a cult because I'll tell you why.
It's weird
he can change his mind.
Yeah.
Literally, like at any time, and his followers will just be like, "Oh yeah, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, this is what we're doing now."
Yeah.
It's like when he was being elected, it was like the storyline was like, "Oh, he's a businessman. He's gonna do great things for this country," And like now, his tax returns just came out, which is we got to get into this, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
He paid $750 in taxes, and now all of a sudden, and he's like claiming that he's like been losing money for the past like 10 years or something like that. Or don't quote me on that. He's been losing money basically, and now his followers are like, "Oh well, he's smart. He's a smart man for doing that because now he's paying less in taxes." And I'm just like, what the is happening? So is he a smart businessman or is he not? Like we can't just flip-flop now that he's losing money. He's still a smart businessman. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
I really am not going to try to judge whether he's good or bad at business. I know nothing about business, and money can sometimes confuse me in the way that some can lose it all and then still seem to have it all in a way. But
Well, losing money doesn't mean losing it all, but yes. And that's the problem.
Exactly.
Right?
So I just want to point out,
Mm-hmm.
because I can't like make a claim, oh, he's good or he's bad at business. But what I will say, what was really funny is that what kind of makes me seem like maybe he's not as rich as he wants people to think is him saying, "Oh, I paid millions in tax returns," because the guy's like literally saying, "So you paid $750 in 2017 in tax returns,"
Mm-hmm.
and then Trump's answers, "No, I paid millions and millions of dollars in 2017, millions and millions." He kept saying millions and millions of dollars, like that's what he paid in taxes.
Release it,
to
bro.
me, to me
Release
that is
it.
exactly. And then Biden keeps saying, "Release it," and then Trump's like, "We're working on it."
Mm-hmm. You're
Well,
gonna
we're
work on it
working
until
on
you
it?
get reelected.
What do you mean you're working on it? Like, bro, I've done my taxes. You do it in a day, and then you get your sheet with your information on it about what you just handled and your numbers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you can print it out and you can hold it up in front of the cameras at the debate and say, "Hey, I did this today," because it takes a day.
This guy has a
And he
team
says,
of lawyers.
"We're working on it.
This guy has a team of lawyers who handle his tax returns.
We're working on
I
it."
can go on H&R Block right now and print out PDFs of mine. And, I
Exactly.
only have maybe 1 or 2 sources of income
Yeah.
last year, so it's not as big of a deal. But
No.
still, if
Exactly.
I had a team of lawyers that handled my taxes and
Do it in
made
5
sure
minutes.
that I got the workaround and I only
Yeah.
had to pay $750, bro, it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long at all.
No.
Let's just talk about how he only paid $750 in taxes. Listen, as a college student, okay, I worked in student government, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a job in student government, okay? I also worked on campus with another job, which is hourly. The student government job was on stipend, right, which is basically just a certain amount a month, okay?
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
that stipend was not, or that stipend, I was basically considered a private contractor. That was like the umbrella that I was under, right? So I get taxed a little bit more for that. I'm just putting that out as a disclaimer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think I was a junior in college. My junior year of college, I paid almost $2,000 in taxes. Dude, I was so pissed.
Yeah, dude.
I was so
I think I remember
pissed.
talking to you about that.
And it was because a lot of it was because of the private contractor stuff.
Yeah.
But I also had an on-campus job as well. But like, let's just think about it, right? And I'm not complaining. Like, listen, I'll pay my taxes, and I do every fucking year, and I claim things that other people don't claim, even though you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Why do we have a system
That allows for cheating.
that allows for stuff like that? And why aren't we more upset when we have this guy who's super well off, who's the president of the United States, for Christ's sake, and he's paying $750 in taxes, right?
Yeah.
And then we have college students paying more than that. What type of system is this?
Dude, that's a great. You know what?
I did not make more than him that year. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, obviously, right?
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously, he's a criminal in that.
So
way.
you know what
I
that
mean,
you know what that makes?
Yeah, he's a criminal in that way. If he's doing
It
that.
really proves that the rich get taxed less in comparison, if we're talking percentage wise,
Yes.
than
Yes.
middle class, the poor.
Yes.
In terms of the percentage of your income, the
Yes.
rich should be taxed way more. And
Yes.
listen, Donald Trump's not going to do that.
No way.
He's not. He's not going to do that. He's not going to create a fair system. In fact, he lowered taxes for the rich. He lowered taxes for the middle class and the poor as well. It's like a trickle down system, but it's a problem, dude. It's a major problem. And like, I don't understand why we're in this system, or why we have these like political beliefs where people think that lowering taxes is a good thing when they don't even make that much. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we really should be taxing the rich much more than we are. And we don't.
Yeah.
We don't.
And you want to know why? Well, one reason why.
Well, because the rich have power.
Exactly,
The rich have money, and they want to keep it that way.
Like, the people who are making the laws and making these decisions, the presidents, all, they're all super rich. Like, they're filthy rich.
And their buddies are rich.
Yeah, and their friends are rich.
And the people that fund their campaigns are
rich. Exactly.
God, man, the money is just such a problem.
Right.
Why,
it's
dude?
just
Why is money so important?
You know what's crazy? Because it's just like paper, or it's just a number on a screen.
Isn't it insane?
It's either paper or a number on a screen.
Dude, I was thinking about this the other day.
Or like metal or whatever.
I'm worth a digit.
Coins are made
I'm
out
worth literally a digit on my computer. Just a little digit, or a couple, a few, not a. That's how much I have, bro.
Yeah.
It's somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but that's how much I have. I'll just log in. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's how much I have. It's like, what? That's just so ridiculous,
Yeah. No. Speaking about money.
Go ahead. Let's change subject. Go ahead.
The thing I want to cover here before we close up is the fact that the PS5, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna get it now.
Why? What happened?
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna get it right away.
Oh, because money.
I guess money's a point, but I realized it's often risky to get a console right at drop.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Because you often have, and you've had with pretty much every single the previous generation drops, there's always buggy issues in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
of
for
the
sure.
system's life. Like the first year of the system usually is kind of sketchy. So I realized that I'm kind of at a better position than you, because we both want to get the PS5 because of Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I just learned a couple days ago, kind of where PS5 sort of, fucked up. Miles Morales is going to be for PS4 too when it drops.
Idiots. Sony, what are you doing, bro?
So it's like, yeah, why would you do that to Ryan? And why would you do that to me? Because now I'm in the position to just only spend $60 where Ryan has to spend $460.
I have to spend $460, and I also have to buy the game.
Well, that is the $400, because the console's $400.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was factoring in taxes, but
well, yeah, it's gonna be about.
Which, by the way, fuck taxes.
Yeah, fuck taxes. Dude.
Tax the rich.
Tax the rich. Dude, we gotta get a Robin Hood up in here.
What do you mean?
I mean, Robin Hood, someone to steal from the rich, give to the poor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But Ryan, you get what I'm saying about like why I think I'm just gonna get Miles Morales.
And you're just gonna chill out until maybe a year.
Until a year, and see where I'm at in terms of my.
And honestly, I think that's a smart
life
decision.
After college.
Because like these companies promise, a good product, right?
Yeah.
But if you think about the red rings of death, dude.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Think about that. You buy that on launch day.
Yeah.
Within a month, you have the red rings of death.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
What is this?
And I remember when the PS4 first came out, there was this blue blinking light problem.
Really?
Yeah, where some consoles would just get this blue blinking light where it wouldn't turn on.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, this was right at release of PlayStation.
There's
4.
There's always these.
There's always
things,
like
man.
that little bug at the beginning.
Because you can't, dude.
Because
there's something I know.
You need that like actual human rollout. Like actual human people going to the store, ordering them online, trying them out. You need that. Before you can perfectly finish your product.
It is the best form of testing.
Exactly.
It's just releasing it.
Yeah.
And just seeing where it goes. Because, I mean, as a person who works in tech, and we do this with our software, is we have like 2,000 test cases that we have to run anytime we release a new version of the software, right? But like, we're never going to catch everything. I mean, there's so many different use cases, and especially when it comes to hardware, like, dude, people start treating it differently. They clink it around just a little bit, and now you got this freaking micron level bump in the buses that transfer the electricity. I'm going too deep, but
you realize that's why nothing will ever be perfect, though.
Oh no, never ever.
Because as long as humans are involved in the creation of something, it won't be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, good point.
So that's why it's just weird to have things like, well, like you're playing the new update of Modern Warfare, and it's like, oh, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, why isn't this game perfect? Because it's made by humans.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like humans are working on it, and like
And they're
humans
also testing
have to,
it like
yeah,
you.
exactly. And humans have to fix the problems that humans have to release an update. There's just so many things. Yeah, and that's what's heartbreaking about technology, is that it's so amazing, but its fatal flaw is that it was invented by humans, so it can't be perfect. It's like when you have unexplained problems with your technology. What the fuck is going on? Why is my internet working? You know, why is this program not opening? It's just all these, it's like you want it to be perfect, but it's just like it can't be.
It's not. Nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. What if?
Mm-hmm.
What if we create a computer
that can create computers?
That can create something. Not even computers. It would just create something.
Yeah.
Could it be perfect?
Well, yes. What you're talking about is a computer, like good example, a computer drawing a circle.
Yes.
Technically, you have a perfect circle in a way there. Like when you tell, like you open like a Photoshop program or something, and you want to like just have a circle pop up on your screen, blank screen. The computer generates a circle. That in a way is a computer making something that's perfect.
Okay, but didn't a human create that computer that made something perfect?
Yeah.
So did we?
But what's the use of a perfect circle?
A perfect circle. A perfect circle is beautiful, man.
A perfect circle is beautiful.
Have you ever just seen those like videos of the professors like swinging their arms and they just?
Whoosh. But what's better, a perfect computer or perfect circle on a computer?
A perfect computer.
Exactly.
Because if you have a perfect computer, then you can create as many perfect circles as you want.
And also, you never have a problem with opening the circle program, the circle generator program.
If you
the circle generator program never freezes, it never crashes, because your computer's perfect. Hence, we can't make something that is perfect.
If you really had a perfect computer, it would never shut off. You would have access to it at all times.
Yeah.
And it would never... Never mind. That's it. That's it. That's the perfect computer.
That's it.
And you have access to everything instantly.
Right away. You have like a chip in your mind where you're connected to the computer.
Dude, the neural net, bro. Imagine a chip right here.
Yeah.
Like under your skin.
Are you getting chipped? Are you getting chipped in 40 years if it's an option?
I might. Chipped? Yeah, probably.
I'm not getting chipped.
I might, dude.
I'm not getting chipped.
Dude, it's insane.
Maybe I will get chipped.
Okay, bro. Literally,
I'm not
here's a funny story.
Yeah.
My brother and I, we made a floor for the pups because they've been on this like little sheet of it's almost like fake leather, like vinyl.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like peeling up. I mean, they've been on it for like a month now, and so we created like a real floor, right? And so we got vinyl planks and we got some plywood underneath it, and like we created a floor basically to put in our living room.
Okay. For them to fuck with and tear up?
No, for them to be on.
Okay. And hence maybe mess up.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, we got like the resistant stuff, but yes, eventually it will wear and tear, of course. But I'm in Home Depot. I haven't touched anything with my phone. I haven't said, oh, where's the nearest flooring and whatever. I haven't done anything but talk to my brother about it.
Yeah.
And I'm in the line at Home Depot, and I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I get an ad for Lowe's. How what was it? It was my location.
Yep.
Either that or they're listening. Those are there's literally only two explanations.
Yeah. Or is this new to you? What them listening and using your location is blowing you away? Because I'm used to that.
Well, it just keeps confirming it to me.
Yeah.
That it's happening. And we're helpless. What do? Do I turn my location off?
No, you give in.
You have my location. What happens if I'm in trouble? I die.
Yeah, it's true.
You would never save me.
I would save you.
Well, you would never look at my location, so you would never save me, but...
That's true. But in a situation where I have to save you, then I save you.
In a situation where you knew I was in trouble and you had my location, yes.
Yeah.
But if I was really in trouble, I wouldn't text you and be like, hey, I'm in trouble.
Well, yeah, you'd call me and say, hey, I'm in trouble. Get over here.
Or I would be beaten to death by a bat or something, you know.
Or that. Certain situations, I just can't get there in time. I need for you to call me.
You know what, dude? This is what I'll do, okay? I'll create an app where all you have to do, okay, I'll tap into whatever Google or Instagram is using the tracking software or whatever, and they're listening to the voice. And all you have to say is pineapple, okay? And then a beacon will be sent out to all of your friends, SOS. Something that you don't say every day.
Yeah,
you know?
Pineapple's rare.
Pineapple might be too common.
Pineapple can be common if you like pineapple on pizza.
And I do.
Yeah.
And frankly, we've had pineapple on pizza like maybe
a lot of times.
4 times since we moved back here.
Yeah, we've had it a lot of times.
Maybe it could be Bart's Books.
Bart's Books.
That's what you have to say.
That's the signal code, Bart's Books.
And then boom, signal goes out. Pew, 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 pew.
And
Ryan is in trouble.
Dude,
Frank.
I'd be gone so fast.
Yo,
dude.
what if like
I'd be booking it, man.
Dude, what if like okay, think
Be
right
flying.
now. We finished with this podcast. Scott texts you in the chat. Scott texts us in the chat. He's like SOS or something like serious, like guys, I need help. Then blank. He goes blank. He goes dark.
Dude, what if he just said SOS and sent us an address? Or send us his location. His location.
And then he goes dark. Like we call him, we're like, dude, what's going on?
He's not picking up. Like his phone immediately voicemail.
I'm going, bro.
Dude, I'm going there, dude. I'm in the car, bro. We're gone, dude.
I'm getting a bat.
Oh.
Actually, you know what I have?
Yeah.
I have something under my bed, which is back in East Bay, some of my fraternity bros, we used to go what is it called when you just golfing, like driving?
Yeah, you go to the driving range.
Driving range.
Yeah,
there we go.
driving range. Yeah.
I blanked on it. One of my fraternity bros was a very big power over precision guy.
Okay.
And so we would just get like we were just getting like the cheap ones or whatever. Anyway, so my buddy had like, 2 $10 clubs, and he breaks 2 of them.
Wow.
He swings and he hits the ground. The club comes off, but
it creates
the
like a
stick. It's like a super long, light baton
edge
that you just
you can whip the fuck out of somebody.
Dude, it's actually really dangerous. And I
bet you could stab the fuck out of someone.
You
with
could
that too.
You could.
I bet the end is all sharp and jagged.
It is.
You just fucking shove that through somebody, bro. Oh.
It was like the perfect thing, and the guy that bought him was like getting thrown away. I was like, no way, dude, give me that. Like this is
home
a weapon,
defense,
bro.
Yeah.
Do you feel so powerful in that?
Sometimes you don't
it's
realize
like 2
what
pounds, dude.
is a great weapon.
Whoosh,
Yeah.
whoosh, whoosh.
Like yeah. Wow.
Think of like the katana that is molded by the best
hands,
the best
sword crafting
swordsmith in the country, in Japan during the samurai days. That is what I felt when I had that in my hand, dude. It was that powerful.
Does it have like the golf grip at the end?
It does.
Oh,
dude, it is
thing
literally
lethal,
perfect.
Oh man, dude, that's gonna be like the new home defense weapon. Is like take a golf club and just break it.
I'm telling you.
But you got to have some serious strength to break a golf club.
Well, I mean, you really don't. You just have to hit it on the ground. You just have to swing as if you're hitting the golf ball.
And then just hit the ground?
Yeah.
And snap it? Okay.
I mean, that's what he did.
All right, well, I got some golf clubs in the back. I'm going to start snapping those.
Anyways, pro tip, get yourself a broken golf club to protect yourself.
I like it.
All
right.
Let's quiche this, bro.
Let's quiche that on the broken golf club defending the home.
Cheers up. Thank you, everyone, if you got this far.
Episode 38. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We love you.
Much love, everyone. Peace out.